On this episode of High School Sports Weekly presented by OS1 Sports Injury Clinic, we spotlight Spain Park football player Cooper Kelley. And then we're going to head over to Thompson High School and visit with female wrestler Brynleigh Glover.
And as always, we'll talk recruiting with National Scouting Report and hear from our great partners over at OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. All of that and more coming up on High School Sports Weekly.
When it comes to an injury, you shouldn't have to be a professional athlete to get professional care. In fact, you shouldn't have to be an athlete at all. At OS1, we understand that orthopedic injuries occur to all types of people at all times of the day. Our convenient location allows you to get immediate attention without having to go to an emergency room. We have on-site digital X-ray and MRI, and our sports medicine specialists are fellowship trained and are here to get you back to it, whatever it might be. The best part is that OS1 is generally less expensive than the ER, and our decreased wait times make sure you are able to spend less time waiting and more time getting better. For more information or to book an appointment, please visit our website at bettersooner.com or just come to our Hoover location. OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. Get better sooner.
It's no secret that COVID has impacted everyone. We've heard stories of nurses, teachers, truck drivers, but there's another group that's been affected that you might not think about: high school senior athletes. Donette Logan sat down with Spain Park's Cooper Kelley to learn more.
They spend their lives focusing on this goal, having a college recruiter ask them to play for their team. But thanks to COVID-19, several high school seniors aren't getting that call. College athletes are getting another year of eligibility, and the portal is opening sooner, taking the spots that are normally for high school seniors away.
You know, it was very hard on me because I didn't know why it was like that, and I guess Corona definitely just played a big factor in it, and that's just some things that happen sometimes, I guess.
When you look at Spain Park's Cooper Kelley stats, you would think the wide receiver has offers from most D1 schools. The reality, the offers he thought he had are now being used to keep senior college athletes on the team.
Yeah, I think it's frustrating because I think the whole recruiting process changed this year. Due to the eligibility with the, or extending the eligibility for the current NCAA players that are staying there. So it's really frustrating for the seniors that are there because they've got nowhere to go. And we've talked to some coaches that are actually having to cut players that are on scholarship just to get back down to where they're supposed to be. So, like I said, it's frustrating because I think this senior class is going to kind of get skipped.
Cooper has played football since third grade with the hopes of hitting the gridiron on Saturdays in the fall. But now the route Cooper may have to take to get there is looking a little different than what he envisioned.
I really think the Lord has a track for each person, and I'm not sure sometimes why that track takes you different ways, but it's just something that a lot of people are going through right now, and we got to find a way to overcome it and do the best that we can.
Cooper says he wants to make sure he is at a college that can help him with his future career in finance. And until a recruiter does call, he plans to just keep training and keeping his name out there. Donette Logan, High School Sports Weekly.
Hi, I'm Brian Wimmish, nurse practitioner here at OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. We all know someone who's had this nagging issue or pain, and I just wanted to let you know that we're here for you. We're here to help you with osteoarthritis or a chronic refractory, maybe tennis elbow or other tendonitis. And want to let you know we actually are starting some regenerative medicine, something called PRP, which stands for platelet-rich plasma. It's an injection we do to help your body heal itself. So what we do is we take your blood, we spin it down to get the platelet-rich plasma, which has healing factors in it. And we'll take that, inject it into your area of pain to help your body heal itself. We're having really great results with PRP. This is just another great service that we can offer here in clinic, same day. You're in and out within 30 minutes with this procedure. This is just another great way OS1 can help you get better sooner.
Every now and then an athlete comes along that leaves an impact on their sport or team. Most of the time, that's a college or pro athlete. But a wrestler at Thompson High School is leaving an impact not only on the Warriors, but also the state of Alabama. Donette Logan introduces us to Brynleigh Glover.
An athlete will tell you the real work is done in the off-season. During this time, they are normally looking for ways to stay ahead of the competition. And what Brynleigh Glover found to keep her in shape led to a new passion and a movement in Alabama.
I found out that they worked out in the mornings, and my volleyball season had ended, and I was like, I want something to keep me in shape. So I went to my first 6 a.m., and they were actually wrestling and not lifting. And so Coach Welton had given me a pair of shoes and showed me some moves, and I just fell in love with it.
You heard correct. Brynleigh turned to what is normally an all-male sport to stay in shape and ended up walking away with a new love for wrestling. The Alabama High School Athletic Association doesn't recognize girls wrestling as a sanctioned sport just yet, but Brynleigh wants to help change that.
I caught attention of a lot of schools because I was like, Thompson has a huge wrestling program, and then when they heard, like, wow, they have a girl on the team who's like actually committed to this, it caught attention of a lot of people, and then I kept going and just kept grinding on the mat, and it just all led together, and we had our own girls team this year.
I couldn't be more proud of Brynleigh, and I think mainly for the reason that she stepped outside the norm and blazed her own trail. She is a trailblazer for girls in our community.
From 7th grade to 11th grade, Brynleigh helped guide these new female athletes through the first year of Thompson's wrestling team, earning her the nickname Mother Hen.
So basically it was the week of the middle schoolers' first match. We call it the red and black duels. We just wrestle each other. And so they had gotten their headgear, and I was fixing their headgear, pulling the strings and everything to fit it on their head. And Coach Barnes was like, wow, she's like the mother hen of the group. And then they all just laughed, and it just kind of caught on. Since I'm the senior and the oldest girl in the group, they all looked up to me as someone to take care of them.
But what about the sport Brynleigh was staying in shape for when all of this started?
So I'm the libero on my volleyball team, and so I have to stay very low to the ground, just like diving on the floor to get balls up. And for wrestling, it's the same position. Like, I want to be close. I want to be able to grab my opponent's leg if I have to. And so it just kind of correlates together.
I think it takes a lot of leg strength to play Brynleigh's position in volleyball. Going into our season, there was a big question mark surrounding the libero position. Like, we did not know. We knew there was going to be fierce competition for it, and this girl right here, she just stepped right up and she just took it and ran with it. And when you wrestle, you kind of want to be closer to the ground, right? And being a libero, you're playing closer to the ground because you're diving on the floor after balls. And but Brynleigh's commitment to strength and conditioning and just becoming a really strong physical type female athlete, I think just set her up for success in the wrestling ring.
And success she has had. Now, one question she normally gets asked, how do the guys feel about the ladies being on the mats?
When they realized that these girls were here to wrestle and they were actually super interested, they caught on to it, and they gave them the room on the mat once they realized that these girls were ready to wrestle.
But what about the guys away from the sport?
I've actually had a couple guys tell me that they call me like the muscle head at school, and like they say I walk around with like an intimidating look, but I'm kind of short compared to most people, so I don't really see it. But yeah, they do see an intimidating person walking through the halls.
That work ethic that got her the nickname Musclehead around Thompson High School also landed her a dual sports scholarship.
I'm going to the University of the Cumberlands in Kentucky for volleyball and wrestling.
Proud of her. She's overcome a lot of adversity in her life, and she's made herself who she is today, and they're getting a really great student athlete at the University of the Cumberland.
Brynleigh plans to major in biology and hopes when she comes back home to visit, she sees girls wrestling as a sanctioned sport. Donette Logan, High School Sports Weekly.
When it comes to an injury, you shouldn't have to be a professional athlete to get professional care. In fact, you shouldn't have to be an athlete at all. At OS1, we understand that orthopedic injuries occur to all types of people at all times of the day. Our convenient location allows you to get immediate attention without having to go to an emergency room. We have on-site digital X-ray and MRI, and our sports medicine specialists are fellowship trained and are here to get you back to it, whatever it might be. The best part is that OS1 is generally less expensive than the ER, and our decreased wait times make sure you are able to spend less time waiting and more time getting better. For more information or to book an appointment, please visit our website at bettersooner.com or just come to our Hoover location. OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. Get better sooner.
Hey everyone, my name is Rachel Brown and this is the National Scouting Report Recruiting Roundtable. One thing that I love about my job, besides guiding athletes through the recruiting process, is preparing them for conversations with college coaches. So I want to go over a few questions that you can ask a college coach to help determine if that school is a good fit for you. Question 1. Are you recruiting my position in my graduation class? Now, if you're an NSR athlete, this question does not apply to you because your scout is talking with the coaches and getting coach requests. But if you are not, and this is your initial conversation with a college coach, this will help you weed out the pool of schools that you're looking into. If that coach isn't recruiting your position, then it's time to move on. Question 2. Where do I fit on your list of recruits? This will help you see where you fall in your recruiting class. There is a big difference between being number 1 on the list and number 5 on the list. Again, you want to have options because that list is always changing. Now, those 2 questions were about you. This next one is about the college coach, the person behind the name on the chest. The third question is, why do you coach and what's your coaching philosophy? Again, this helps you get to know the person that's recruiting you and ultimately will help you determine if that coach and that school is a good fit for you. Now, these are just a few of the many questions that you can ask a college coach or a member of the team, but there are just as many, if not more, that you need to be prepared to answer from a college coach. We will talk about those on an upcoming segment. If you have any questions about this topic or the next one, please reach out. I am here to answer any and all of your recruiting questions. Thanks for watching.
An event that Susan and I have been involved with for a number of years in different roles, and something that's really special to us. The Bryant Jordan Scholar Athlete Program has taken place. A number of athletes around the state getting recognized each year in a wonderful program.
That's right, a really special event where scholar athletes are honored and those who have overcome adversity in life. We want to give a special congratulations to Jacob Copham from Hewitt-Trussville High School and Emily Neer from Hoover High School, both regional winners in our area.
We look forward to talking more about that in the weeks to come and look forward to seeing you next time right here on High School Sports Weekly.